Hello everyone. So, Trade in Early Modern London is a major two-module resource for the study of early modern London through the lens of the city's influential livery companies. The livery companies were organisations of master tradesmen and women that developed out of medieval guilds. Their purpose was to control the number and character of new entrants to their particular trade, as well as providing financial and social support for their members and dependents. Over time, the companies became wealthy property holders in London and beyond, and used this wealth to acquire political influence, making loans to the Crown in exchange for further privileges. The livery companies were also integral to the city's governance. From the 1430s onwards, the Lord Mayor had to be chosen from amongst the aldermen of the City of London, who themselves had to be members of a livery company. The companies were also patrons of the arts and culture. They erected their own guild halls, endowed churches, and were responsible for organising the annual Lord Mayor show. The records of the livery companies therefore provide a multitude of insights into the economic, political, social, and cultural history of early modern London. From each of the contributing livery companies, we will be digitising the surviving court minutes and warden's accounts from the earliest date that they survive up to 1750, as well as constitutional records such as charters and ordinances. These records include insights into significant events such as the Reformation, the Civil War, the Great Plague, and the Great Fire of London. But they are also really valuable sources of information on daily life in the city, such as prices and wages, payments for food and drink, and repairs to buildings, and the maintenance of street lighting. These extensive manuscript records will also be fully searchable using our handwritten text recognition software to enable users to find key topics relevant to their particular research. The final lineup of the contributing livery companies will be confirmed shortly, but it will include substantial contributions from several of the Great 12 livery companies, including Goldsmiths Company, Fishmongers Company, and Skinners Company. For this project, we are also partnering with the London Metropolitan Archives, where many of the early records of the livery companies are now held. Some highlights from the resource include numerous references to churches, workplaces, almshouses, and schools, detailing the daily lives of a large proportion of the city's inhabitants. There are also records documenting the livery company's involvement in the annual Lord Mayor show, which provide a wealth of detail on civic culture and pageantry, including payments for river barges, banners and clothing, musicians and performers. The resource will also be including some beautifully illuminated manuscripts produced by the companies, such as the Goldsmiths Company Book of Ordinances, as you can see here. The documents can be used to study a wide variety of topics, and some of these research themes are listed here. The depth and chronological range of the records mean that it is possible to use them to study almost any aspect of the city during this pivotal period of its history. We are also commissioning academic essays to explore some of these themes in more depth. Finally, I just want to briefly highlight some of the contextual features that we are including in the resource to help students and researchers navigate the records. These will include a chronology, essays and video interviews, a guide to reading early modern records to help users become more familiar with the handwriting and some of the abbreviations and terms included in the material, thematic guides signposting to some of the key documents, and a guide to archival collections, giving background to the collections and some of their highlights. Module 1 of this exciting resource will be released in December. Thank you very much for listening.